You?
I'm doing good. Welcome to Good Deeds America. Sorry about that we had a little bit of glitchy there, but
That's
the good news,
okay. That's
any of the
okay.
packages that we premiere live on the show, they'll get posted to our YouTube, so you'll be able to play them back without any glitches or anything, which is pretty neat. But
Okay.
you, Evette, you are humanitarian, really just leading the charge of We Are Buffalo Strong. Can you tell
Yeah.
me? We told our viewers a little bit about, you started 11 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
but how did it start? I heard that you had some money left over and you used
Mm-hmm.
that to go feed some some people that were less fortunate in the area. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is correct. That is correct. Um, about 20 years ago, I got hurt and I was a nurse, and my daughter passed away from that accident. I became permanently disabled, and my other children would complain about not having the regular necessities. So that made me want to show them how other people live and people more or less fortunate than we are. And I took them down to the Michigan Street Bridge so they can see the homeless community, not to mock them, but just to let them know that someone else has it worse. And I've always wanted to help, but never had the means. We were struggling. A single mom myself, but one day I had 30 leftover food stamps, and I was able to go and buy food. And me and my kids went down there to feed them. And then that was the birth of We Are Buffalo Strong.
I'm just filled with so much, I don't know, like, I guess you could say joy, but you remind me a lot of like my mother, my late mother, Margaret Vigrass. She's
Mm.
somebody who wouldn't have been afraid to use the food stamp card to
Oh,
go
no.
and use it to help somebody else. And I feel like that's just a beautiful, you didn't care about the optics, you didn't care about
No.
nothing besides there's people in need and I have to help them.
Yes.
Is that really it?
That's it. You know what? People can put a facade up. You can put your best foot forward or try to pretend to be someone that you're not. God knows your heart within. When you're doing something from within in the heart, it doesn't make a difference what anyone thinks about you or how they're judging you. You're on a mission. You're like spearheaded on doing what God has placed on your heart. And at that point, God will send like-minded souls to join you, and that's how we've grown over these last 11 years. I'm the biggest believer of tell the truth and shame the devil. Yes, it was embarrassing. My kids would be like, "Why do you have to say this, or why do you have to?" It's the truth. I want everyone to know an ordinary person who's permanently disabled, who's on disability, can make a difference. I monetarily can't make a difference, but me putting the work in and the efforts and collecting um, donations and clothes and gathering other like minded souls has made this organization stand this long. We were the first to be down under that viaduct to feed people in the masses like we do. I'm not saying people haven't been down there and gave a sandwich or two, but we do barbecues, we do Buffalo Bill tailgates, we bring our TVs down there. We do haircuts, fingernails. We like give makeovers. Um, Everything we would do with our family is what I bring to We Are Buffalo Strong. I love a good cookout. I love to eat. I love to cook. I love to watch TV. I love to get my hair done. Everything we do with our family, we bring it to them. And that's why they've trusted us. That's why we've lasted this long. And it's no
Mm.
judgment. People from all walks of life. We don't have to agree on our religion, our politics, your sexual preference. We don't have to agree on anything but helping the homeless. And that's why it's such a success.
And I think you hit the nail on the head with that one. It doesn't matter all of those things.
Mm-mm,
We
it
are
doesn't.
human.
Yes, yes,
We are human.
yes.
And one of the things that I just love about that is when I started Good Deeds Buffalo, of course, it was not to like tout people's good deeds, right? But it
Hmm.
was to solidify and to give people the place and to give them their flowers so that people know it's possible to make these changes in your community.
Right.
Um, Evette, you've been awarded multiple awards throughout your time being humanitarian. What is one thing that you would, suggest or give to the next humanitarian about their future? Just a little piece of advice. I know
Uh,
it would be hard to do, but a
yes.
little bit of advice.
A little bit of advice is to always be yourself. Stay connected to what you truly believe. People will have ideas. They will think you should do it this way, that way. Always trust your gut. I'm not saying you can't, be inspired by other people, but stay true to what you believe in. And other people will notice. And honestly, Jordan, let me be honest, because that's what I am. When I was contacted about being a humanitarian, I knew nothing about it. I knew famous people on TV won that. And I was like, oh no, I can't afford this. Like, I don't know what this is. And, thank you anyway, but We Are Buffalo Strong doesn't have the money for it. And the person emailed me right back and was like, no, this doesn't cost anything. Your efforts and work have been noticed and we're honoring you. There's no cost. There's a ceremony, there's this and that. And I'm like, how me? Like, I'm disabled. I'm on fixed income. Like, why me? And they were like, why not? And then that's the slogan, if not me, then who? Everyone can make a difference. Everyone. And it's about, people say, oh, you know, people shouldn't take pictures and they shouldn't do this in the videos. Every footage that we have taken and pictures that we take is to show our donors and our volunteers, like, look, your dollar made a difference. It does this. And our people in need, our home, they were like, get my picture, take my picture. It's to show you the bigger picture of what the organization is. Everyone mission isn't to come downtown Jordan, and I respect that. A lot of people don't want to, put their hands in and be on the forefront. A lot of people just want to donate and leave it like that. But this is like a sneak peek and was like, okay, my donation is helping out. My donation is making a difference. So that's why we do what we do. It's an open book. We eat with them family style. They didn't trust us at first, 11 years ago. It was like, y'all not eating that? We not eating it. I'm like, no, listen, we're good cooks. We're going to eat with y'all. So family style was born that way. You'll see my grandkids eating. You'll see my grandkids going to the clothing part that we got down there getting gloves because my son done forgot their gloves. Like, we're eating as we're, not as we're serving, but after we serve them, we eat with them. We're congregating and conversing with them, and it's like one big family. So.
And I do want to mention, you are so right. Being in the world of media, we often have this, there is a negative connotation sometimes.
Oh, yeah. I get it.
It does happen. People think that, oh, I'm going to exploit them, their good deeds, or, whatever the case may be.
Right.
And I think you can attest to that's not who I am.
Right.
And the reason behind that is when we first met, and we had this conversation again, right? We met again about having you on the show.
Yeah.
You said, hold on. You can't use any photos with faces, and you gave me rules and
respectfully,
boundaries. Very respectfully,
I did. Yeah.
Very respectfully. And I think that that's what our community needs. You weren't being mean. You were being respectful. You spoke up and you just said, hey, my community needs some respect, and this is what they need. And I thought that was just that's what makes you humanitarian. It really does. I mean, it wasn't about anything but about the people you're helping. And
and then, like I said, some of them want to be on the forefront. Some of them want to take pictures. Someone's like, look at my shirt I just picked up. Some of them, I'm so protective. I call them mines, but I just love what we do and the people we do it for. But,
and you're right. It's one of those things where there's nothing to be shameful about. However, I could never imagine being in that situation and not feeling like I couldn't change it. So I don't understand that aspect, right?
Right.
And so my whole philosophy in life is to try and understand people the best you can. And if you can't understand them, give them that space and grace.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so, maybe I don't understand to me, I would be like, you know what? I need your help. But I also understand this world's judgmental, and we've We've seen that
Yes.
here in Buffalo and across the country. But
Right.
we are positive people, and we want to have a good community, and that's what you
Yes.
do. You know, we
Yes.
wanted to talk briefly about Russell Salvatore. He's somebody in the Western New York community who
Mm-hmm.
has supported your mission. What has that meant
Yes.
to you?
Yes. I reached out to Russell, I want to say in 2016, just boldly. I was just a woman, a mother of four, going downtown to feed our homeless and veterans. And I got the courage up one day to reach out to Russell. And I was like, well, you don't know me, but I'm Evette Phillips. At the time, it was Evette Phillips, and I do this and do that. And once I mentioned homeless and veterans, he was like, okay, well, come on down and see me. Like, he didn't even let me get my spiel. I practice out, to try to get him to want to help. He was like, "Oh, whatever you want, just come down." And then I met him in 2016, and he was like, "Oh, whatever food you need, whatever you need, just call me up." And then he gave me his cell phone, and I don't use it all the time, but when I do call him on, he's like, "Come on, Evette, come on, let's go, get it." So he was very hands on and helping, and loves to give back, and he loves his veterans as well. He loves his veterans. And before I forget, my friend Lisa, you all know her as Mama Doc, she said to say hello and she wished you a great show. So I had to get that out.
Oh, that
Oh,
is so
yes.
awesome. So you were talking. That's Deion Dawkins' mother, Mama
Yes.
Dawkins,
Yes. Yes.
and you guys are good friends now, right?
Yes. That came out of the blue. I met her at his 716 day in July, where he gave back to the community, and they had We Are Buffalo Strong come distribute all the clothing. And she came up to us, asked us for a bottle of water. She asked what the organization was about, and I'm a chatterbox. I start chatting, we exchange numbers, and we've been good friends ever since.
It just seems like a good match, if you will. You know,
Yeah,
you had shown the
yeah,
video during your little preview of you guys going out to dinner. You'd shared
yes,
with me. Um,
Jim.
Deion Dawkins is somebody that's certainly close to our hearts here in
Oh,
Buffalo.
yes,
And
yes,
as Good Deeds America, too, as we move forward, he's somebody who I would love to have on the show sometime. Deion, if you're watching, or your team, send them my way, Deion's Dreamers. I'd love to be able to help, share their mission as well.
yeah.
Deion's somebody who inspires me to use my platform to the best of my ability, and
Mm-hmm.
he really does that.
Yes, yes. He loves Buffalo. He loves
He
Buffalo.
certainly does. We're going to take one more break here. We have a song called Hopeful by the Inner City Bedlam Group, the Good Deeds America band. And we'll be back to wrap up our show in just a few minutes. Is there anything else you want to share with our viewers before we go to our
Yes,
last break here?
Yes, I want to say thank you to all our volunteers, our donors and volunteers. Like, this mission could not be complete without you all. I just had a mixer for them on Friday. Like, I'm so in tune with my volunteers to let them know how appreciative I am, because it's a nonprofit. They don't get paid, but their time is so valuable. And I just want to say real quick that one of our volunteers, we have this award ceremony every year. It's called the Lisa Costello Volunteer Service Award. She was a volunteer of ours that passed away a few years ago, and she suffered from mental health. She is the daughter of George Costello from Extreme Mattresses. I sell mattresses for less, a lot less. Their family has rallied behind us and supported us beyond, recognition in Lisa's memory. But I just want to say that every volunteer is held here. There are no words that I could say, but I hope my actions as the founder and the leader of this organization lets you know how appreciative you all are. Thank you guys, and I love you.
That is just wonderful. Thank you for coming on the show. Don't go anywhere. We'll
Okay.
be back to wrap up our show. We have a little bit more fun to be had here. And yes, thank you to our guests of today's show, our sponsors, Brian's Business Umbrella. Thank you for believing in us. Thank you, We Are Buffalo Strong, and everybody. I do want to say, our show has been made so that we could give people like We Are Buffalo Strong a platform to share their story, unfiltered and truthful, and what they need to share to their supporters, and I feel in a professional manner. So if we've done that today, I just hope you'll drop us a comment, you'll subscribe, or even if you can, reach in your pockets and send us the donation so we can get more equipment and get this show even off the ground and onto hopefully broadcast television. So we'll be back with some more fun right after this. We'll be right back. I'm gonna do this real